Careful, he bite. We haven't seen this in the league in 10 years. LA's Brendan Lemieux bit Ottawa's Brady Tkachuk twice during a scrap Saturday's game between the Kings and Sens. Lemieux got a 5-minute match penalty, was ejected. He's going to have an in-person hearing via Zoom, which means he's looking at probably more than 5 games for suspension. And Brady gave us an all-time soundbite. G, want to tune it up?
Can we address your left hand here? Obviously, that's something that nobody ever wants to have to go through. You didn't have to put up much of an argument, did you? It was pretty clear and pretty evident.
Yeah, I mean, this is I think the only time I'm going to answer this, but I think it is the most gutless thing somebody could ever do. Not even children bite. This guy is just, you can ask any one of his teammates, nobody wants to play with him. This guy is a bad guy, bad teammate, focus on himself all the time. Just the guy's a joke. He shouldn't fucking be in this league. This guy's gutless. I know no other team wants him. He's going to keep begging to be in the NHL, but no team's going to want him. This guy's just an absolute joke and just a bad guy. And it's gutless, but I can't really wrap my head around it. Children don't even do this. This guy's just a bad guy and not even a good player either.
Code of conduct broken, obviously, big time. How shocked were you when that happened?
It's outrageous. It's like kids don't even do that anymore. It's babies do that, and the fact that he decides I don't even know what he's thinking. He's just a complete brickhead. He's got nothing up there. Bad guy, bad player, but what a joke he is. So it's a couple more years of. I don't even think it's a couple more years. It's ticking for him. Nobody wants him.
I mean, brickhead is an all-timer. I don't think I've ever heard anyone called a brickhead before, but how many games should he get with? Biting is just, I mean, like Brady said, that's like babies bite. Like little kids don't even bite anymore.
Yeah, this is a tough one because the suspension the last time it happened was so small. It was Jarkko Ruutu in 08-09. And I don't remember being in the game that this happened. He bit Andrew Peters on Buffalo. We were on the Penguins, but I don't know if it was after I got traded after the deadline to Anaheim or if it was throughout the year. Maybe I was there actually, but I think he only got 2 or 3 games. And to me, it's like if he did bite down on Tkachuk the way that it's pretty obvious he did. I know our boy Avery, he doesn't believe it. He says, show me bite marks or I don't believe it. You can't show me on video where he was bit. I tend to think the way he gets up and he's screaming, it's such a natural, visceral reaction that he legit got bit. 10 games. 10 games. That's kind of like, dude, if you're biting somebody in the day of age of COVID and all the new strands and shit, you're biting people.
So I've experienced kind of on both sides. So when I was in the American Hockey League, I was in a scrum in front of the net with Eric Selleck. And as we went down, he ended up putting his finger in my mouth. And it just like, it kind of was one of those initial reactions where I just bit down. I ended up breaking the bridge on my teeth. So I lost all my front teeth. And as soon as I bit him, and then we go off to the box, he was rattled, but he put his finger in my mouth. What it looked like was it kind of looked like the side of his palm was kind of pushing off on his face. And it just so happens it ended up in his mouth. And I think when you're heated in the midst of a scrap like that, when the guy's pushing down on you like that, if your hand or finger does somehow get caught in the mouth, I think if the wires cross, it's your natural reaction to bite it. Now, if you're saying he bit it twice and in the situation where it was kind of like the side of his palm, yeah, I'd probably say 5 to 10 games. And it seems like he's got an in-person hearing, which makes them be able to give him 6 or more, right? That's what they offered.
It opens it up. Yeah.
It opens it up quite a bit. Now, I think Sportsnet did a great job throughout the feed. These guys have had a history. I think they ended up going at it when Brendan was playing with New York. And then also they showed the clip of the fathers going at it. So I think they even crossed over as players. And I mean, we all know Pepe's reputation as a player. I think as far as the comments are concerned, Brady ended up going over the top and made it a little bit personal. I don't know what their personal run-ins have been off the ice and what Brady thinks he knows about Brendan. Because obviously we saw, Quickie come in with the comments to back up. And I don't know if we have those that we can roll up, or you got to read them, RA.
Yeah, I didn't find that audio clip, but John Quick said, I have my own opinion about what happened or did not happen last night. And what I can tell you is that any comments that were made about Pep were garbage. We all support him, and I'd rather have him on my team over that kid any day of the week. You know, you expect your teammates to support yourself. So that's
and that's just a veteran move by Quickie coming over the top and really taking that attention on for his teammate. I would have imagined it would have been Doughty if he was healthy and playing, probably coming over in with those comments and making a little bit of a three-way family affair there. But no, I just like, Whit, do you think that was going a little deep, and do you think Brady's going to regret saying some of those things, or you think because of the bite, it's like absolutely not? That's fair game.
My guess would be that he will not feel bad about the comments one bit, and it probably goes back to that '96 World Cup. Tkachuk fought Claude Lemieux, and you got to imagine they've both probably talked relentless amounts of shit about each other to their kids since the kids were fucking born. I hate Claude Lemieux. I hate that guy. Right? Brady and Matt Tkachuk are sitting around and they're watching their dad, and then they see his fights. Oh, Dad, what about Claude Lemieux? I fucking hate that guy. And then Claude Lemieux talking to his son in French. I can't do French. I do French Spanish when I try. He's like, I fucking hate Keith Tkachuk, and I'll hate his kids too. Right? So maybe there's a true hatred of each other and the families, right? But the comments were kind of like, oh my God, just like all his teammates hate him. You had to have an LA King teammate come out and say something. If you have an opposing player make an enormous statement that goes completely viral that every single one of his teammates hates him, what are you going to do? Not respond?
I'd fake being sick for a week and not show up to the rink.
You just come in, you're like, guys, you guys all hate me? No, Biz, you're cool when you're asleep.
Yeah,
Matthew went at it with him in a prospects game a few years back too. They didn't go toe to toe, but he had a skirmish. He was basically sitting on him, mushing his face into the ice. So that there's definitely a little.
Who was this? I missed the beginning. Who'd you say?
Brady's brother Matthew during a prospects game a few years ago. Someone posted a clip of him and like Lemieux, like jostling. He was basically kind of just throwing him down on the ice.
Lemieux knows what he's doing, man. I mean, that guy pisses people off just like his father did.